The noble Lady Hellbender shall fight alongside us this day, after we bested Foom the Invincible.
We found Drax's peanut butter and chocolate.
We are on the path to destiny, my friends.
I still can't believe we did it. We did do it, right?
We sure did, and we got Mantis back.
But we lost Warlock, and we'll need him to exercise the Magus once we shut down that ritual.
So we bust him out of cult prison. I've done jailbreaks before, we all have.
We still tracking him?
Oh yeah, that thing ain't coming out easy.
Good. Then all we gotta do is get there on time and hope Lady Hellbender does too.
She will. I'm certain of it.
All right. Let's gear up, people. Tie up any loose ends. Take a pee if you have to, because we're not stopping again.
Hey, Quill. Let me borrow your tunes.
Why?
I need to focus. Come on.
Do not drop that.
Mantis? What happened on the Mantis after we left? Last time we saw you, things looked dire.
It's a long story. We can talk about it after you do like Star Guy says and use the bathroom.
I don't need to.
Alright, but don't say I didn't warn you in church Grandpa makes you do faith crunches.
Wait, Raker's gonna do what?
It depends. But at some point, someone says my name, and then there's a little bit of pee.
Great. I did not want to know that.
Oh yeah, little fuzzy. Maybe the little bit of pee is you.
Nope.
Mantis! I've got so many questions.
I know, and I want so many answers. Like, seize the means of production. Or, it's not just a rash. Or, yes, it is gluten-free.
Not the answers I was looking for, but now I'm wondering about the questions.
What questions?
How did you convince Lady Hellbender to meet us on Maklu 4? You weren't even with us when we decided to go.
Actually, convincing her to go after you wasn't hard at all. But convincing her to hear you out? Whew, that was tough. I had to get all creepy mystical and spook her with warnings about what would happen otherwise.
You told her about the end of the universe, and she believed you?
Oh, no, not at first. But when I brought up all her precious monsters dying, she came around. Couldn't take that chance with her babies, you know?
What happened on Lamentis after we left? You said some people would survive, but that doesn't fare super well for the others.
Many of the elders died. They didn't resist the invasion, but they would never accept the promise. It isn't their way.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Their sacrifice bought time for me and the Kotati to hide most of the others. They will emerge when the galaxy is saved.
So you were able to hide them in the caves. Hope you told them to stay away from the fog. Well, I'm glad to have you with us.
Oh, good, because you're not always glad.
Why not?
Well, sometimes I'm your ex-wife.
What?
I think she's pulling your leg, Quill.
It only ever happens the one time, but it's so funny. Aw, she says thank you for getting rid of Aiden Warsock. Apparently she likes me better.
Adam Warlock?
Yeah, him. She thinks him bleats. It translates weird. You're overwatering, Sir Groot.
I am Groot.
Yeah, leave him alone. I tinker when I'm stressed. Groot waters, Gamora meditates, etc.
When I'm stressed, I concentrate real hard, and sometimes I can see the birth of the universe. First, there's only one reality, and then, bam, all reality.
That's kind of cool.
I don't know what it is, but this you really likes closing fridges.
The door keeps opening, so I close it.
But it's broken. I mean, it's always broken. It's a universal constant.
Huh, more you know.
Hey, Rocket. Working on something?
I'm always working on something.
You're not listening to my tunes?
No, you turned the music on.
Then can I have my player back?
Why? You already got music playing.
Right. So you don't need the player to focus anymore.
You might turn it off.
Yeah, but
What part of I need to focus don't you get, Quill?
what do you need to focus on so badly anyway?
Something that might give us a way to get through the Armada around Sacrosanct. Just in case Lady Skullsuit doesn't show up in time.
Nice. What is it?
You'll see. Be right there, you impatient flark snuffle. Just browsing, huh? All right, let's go.
Good thinking. Get the watering sorted out before we go.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
He looks so sad, swishing around in his robes.
What'd he say?
Groot wants to water the Grand Unifier.
Oh, right.
The soaked unifier?
The Grand Humidity!
I am Groot.
Peter Quill, spar with me.
I think I'll pass, Drax. I don't want to get tired before the real fight.
Tired. But this is the warm-up.
Not a bad idea. We don't know what's gonna happen when we get out of hyperspace. What if we get ambushed?
That's what guns are for.
Guns.
I think I preferred when you two didn't get along. Bet those moves are really going to impress Lady Hellbender.
I do not need to impress her. Besting the great Fin Fang Foom is proof enough of my combat skills.
Yeah, that would do it.
I'm not sure Lady Hellbender was really impressed with how we handled that fight. You know, since we accidentally killed that dragon before Groot revived him.
Would you not be impressed by a man slaying a dragon?
Maybe if he does it without my help.
Raker's going down this time, Gamora. I promise you.
And I promise you, I'm getting Nikki out of there. No matter what.
We will get her out.
Together.
Together.
I wonder if he knows what it is.
He does.
Mantis! Groot! Hey!
Hey, Star Guy.
Shouldn't you be keeping this in the fridge since it came from Maklu?
I am Groot.
Just like you, Sir Groot.
What did he say?
Oh, just that with the right care, the plant you gave him can survive pretty much anywhere, even on spaceships. I can see why you'd want plants in space. It's so...
Empty?
I am Groot.
Yes, dark. And gloomy and doomy. Blech. I prefer home to be on the ground.
I am Groot.
Aw, such a cutie. And if you can't go to your planet, make your planet come to you. Wait, does that make Little Fuzzy your maintenance mammal?
Maintenance mammals? There were creatures like Rocket on your homeworld.
Oh, yes.
I am Groot.
He says there were lots of little furry babies on Tolunia.
Tolunia.
You know, Planet X.
Ah.
But Little Fuzzy wasn't one of them. He's one of a kind. The maintenance mammals on Tulunia were servants to Groot's people.
Gross.
That's terrible!
What?
He says the other saplings were big meanies to the maintenance mammals. They'd hurt them. For fun. But Sir Groot says he preferred their company over his people because they were super smart and nice. He says their kindness reminds him of Little Fuzzy.
Really? Rocket?
Aw, you big sweetie. He says he couldn't protect his friends on Planet X, but he can protect Rocket.
He's lucky to have you, man. Hell, we're all lucky to have you.
Now hug.
Oh,
Maybe later.
what was your home like? You know, before?
Beautiful. He says he wanted to be a forest caretaker, so he could spend time caring for all the wonderful plants that grew there.
What stopped you?
His dad. Sir Groot's a prince? Just like you, Star Guy.
Wait, your dad was a king?
A big meanie. He says his dad and the other Arbor Masters were corrupt. They favored the few over the many and turned sentient mammals into slaves.
Why are all dads that happen to be kings always dicks?
Yeah, power sucks. Even the wisest tree and purest water can be poisoned. Sir Groot says it's up to us to be the antidote. Gardening helps him find purpose and healing.
I get it. My mom loved her garden.
Me too.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help you with your garden or make the Milano feel more like home, let me know.
He says thank you, Pete.
Gamora Zenhuberi, do you wish to practice hand-to-hand techniques?
It's still weird when you say my actual name.
I am getting used to it.
We've come a long way since Murderous Sorceress. Wasn't it what you were calling me back on my first mission with the team?
Yes. At first I believed you had bewitched Peter Quill. I could see no other reason he would hire an assassin for a protection contract.
Really? No other reason than magic?
You could also have seduced him. He lacks mental fortitude in the presence of women.
True. If I remember right, he spent most of that protection contract flirting with the waitresses.
Oh, cute. That's from Maclu, right? Better not make toxic spores like those big ones in the forest. Wonder what would have happened if we hadn't hidden Cammy in there. No way we could have escaped after Drax locked us in. You're with us now, Groot. I know that's not the same thing as home, but it's something. Maintenance mammals. I should probably learn a second language at some point. Like French.
So, Bug Girl, how come you can understand Groot so well? You've only known him a few cycles.
Telenesin is a common language in some realities. The Chitauri don't always blow up Planet X.
I am Groot.
Yep. There's a dimension where I learned to speak it from a very aggressive compost vendor on Nowhere.
Groot loves compost. Hey, Bug Lady, you see anything about this mission we should know about?
I don't see much. Or rather, I see too much. So many realities converging.
Does Lady Hellbender ever stand us up?
Only in a few versions. Usually when Star Guy does a bad speech. Oh, and also in one version where he grabs her butt.
Still can't believe Rocket got grifted by a girl. Baby Groot. Bet he was adorable.
In retrospect, our team was eclectic on that first mission.
That's an understatement. Rocket seemed like the only one who knew what he was doing, and he did it in the most chaotic way possible.
What did he do with the detonation charges he found in the ventilation system?
If he hasn't used them yet, they'll probably be in a secret stash.
So the rodent does have a stash after all.
Deadliest woman in the galaxy. A misnomer. An accurate misnomer. Thanos sucked. No wonder Gamora's so patient with us.
No, not like that.
What is it?
Your angle of attack was off. You have to go at it from the inside out, especially since Raker's body armor has inward folds.
Ah, a tactically sound observation.
I noticed it made a big difference when I had to assassinate a congregation of Badoon dignitaries. They were wearing so many layers.
Can't believe he actually turned himself in. Now that's a knife.
It is indeed a spectacular blade.
Drax! Hey, I was just...
There is no need to explain yourself, Peter Quill. Unlike the rodent, I do not mind when others are curious about my things.
It's a really cool blade.
With an equally impressive history.
You recognize it?
It belonged to Zatar the Unfinished, a great Catathian warrior king who led the first pilgrimage to Maklu 4.
Wait. So you're saying this is basically Excalibur?
I am unfamiliar with such a weapon.
It's a mythical sword belonging to a famous Earth King.
Then yes, I suppose you could say this is the Excalibur of my people. It is a symbol of a king and the great hunt he inspired for those seeking to regain a place in Ultath.
So, this great hunt thing seems like a bigger deal than I thought. Did we mess it up for everyone by capturing Fin Fang Foom?
What do you mean?
Well, its purpose is to regain entry into Catathian heaven and stuff, and now there's no Foom to, send you there.
Peter Quill. There are many paths to Ultath. The pilgrimage to Maklu 4 is but one of them.
Right.
When Thanos murdered my family and destroyed my village, twice I chose the path of revenge. First, I raised a small army of Catathian warriors. Even outnumbered, we cut our way through the Chitauri line and challenged Thanos himself.
Wait. On Catath, you faced Thanos twice during the Galactic War?
Yes. But I was not strong enough the first time.
Strong enough to survive?
Thanos allowed me and a few others to live, to set an example. Defeated and humiliated, the surviving members of my squad chose to make the pilgrimage to Maklu 4. But I could not. I continued to walk the path of revenge. Until you helped me put the ghosts of Hovat and Camaria to rest.
To be fair, I had a lot of help.
And yet you have given me a new purpose, Peter Quill. Seems my destiny was not in the mountains of Kakarantara after all, but here, on this ship, with you.
Zatar sounds like a hero of yours.
King Zatar. And he is. Every Katathian warrior knows the story of his pilgrimage to Maklu 4.
Why is he called Zatar the Unfinished, then?
In the history of my people, a rival king attacked Zatar's lands, easily overwhelming his forces. Captured and broken, Zatar challenged the rival king to a fight to the death, but the conqueror refused, banishing him to a life of dishonor and disgrace instead. So King Zatar went to Maklu 4 to challenge the mighty Fin Fang Foom and change his destiny.
Well, that's depressing.
How is it depressing?
Because he obviously failed. Fin Fang Foom's still alive and kicking, mostly.
He did not fail, Peter Quill. King Zatar did not vanquish Fin Fang Foom, it is true. But he did redeem himself in the eyes of his people.
By dying? Not exactly a happy ending.
By never giving up. A warrior only truly dies when he stops living. King Zatar proved that our stories, the records of who we were in life, are ours to shape. He could have died a coward who lost his place in Ultath, or he could do what I and many of my people believe he did. Change the ending of his story.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us now. I can't guarantee where our path will take us, but hopefully somewhere with lots of money and comfort.
I do not have a doubt in my heart, Peter Quill, that we will have moderate success.
I'll accept moderate. I'm glad we helped you change your story. You deserve to join your family in Altath, buddy.
Nice move there, Drax.
If I put my weight on my left foot, I have much better control over my right hook.
People always underestimate proper footing technique.
While focusing on the upper body alone is the mark of an amateur.
Exactly. Weight distribution is crucial, especially with melee weapons.
Morgoth's breath, you are correct! remember my first mission with this team. It was a disaster.
Weren't all of them disasters? It's become part of our brand.
True. They do not always go as planned. It may be unprofitable, but I cannot deny it is entertaining.
And hopefully, great galaxy-saving practice.
So, how was it riding along with Lady Hellbender? Did she have you try on battle armor?
Oh, no. She's very respectful of other women's bodily autonomy. We just talked. She asked about you.
Really?
She wanted to know if you'd give her your bomb recipe. Sir Groot praised your skills at length in captivity.
You don't got to apologize, bud. Look, she can get my bomb recipe if she pays for it.